Damascus, it's a small community. It hasn't lost its charm over the years. When a lot of places have grown up and become unrecognizable, we're pretty much the same as we've been for the last, ever since Damascus was founded, pretty much.
This is a small town, and you can walk everywhere to conduct your business and, just have outdoor recreation right in your backyard.
We're the friendliest town on the Appalachian Trail. That's kind of the hallmark for this town. Not only for just that trail, but there are 7 trails that come through this town.
Damascus has the nickname of Trail Town USA, simply because of the Daniel Boone Trail, the birding trails, the Route 66, Iron Mountain. We've got many trails that converge through here.
Well, the first settlers started coming in the early part of the 19th century. Mock's Mill was the original name of the town. Mr. Mock came here with his wife from Kentucky along the trail that Daniel Boone had blazed about 20 years earlier. And it remained Mock's Mill for about, 60 years. And then it was changed to Damascus because someone believed it was rich in iron ore. Imboden was a Civil War general, and he wanted to bring the railroad through here, both for the iron ore and for the lumber that was up on the mountain.
Timber played a huge role initially in Damascus and the surrounding areas. And in fact, we had a furniture plant here that was a big employer for a long time with the Lincoln Industries, and then that went out late 50s, early 60s, somewhere around in there. And what we had left was textiles, and we lost those, in the mid 80s when a lot of the things went overseas. We lost that. And Damascus was pretty much left without any industry whatsoever. Half the buildings were empty, and Damascus pretty much looked like a ghost town.
When I'd first come through in 1997, there wasn't a lot happening in Damascus. There was maybe one store that catered to hikers, and that was pretty much it.
Fortunately for us, the train stopped running, I think it was in 1972. So we had an abandoned rail line, and the leaders of Abilene and the town of Damascus early on recognized the potential for the health benefits, for one thing, having a dedicated trail to bike on and hike on and that kind of thing. And so they were able to acquire the right-of-ways from the railroad company, and the towns of Abilene and Damascus own those now. And we've always had the Appalachian Trail. It's gone through Damascus ever since it was founded, so you couldn't hike hike the trail or even hike all of Virginia without coming right through Main Street of Damascus. So it's always been tied to the Appalachian Trail.
This particular store opened up in 1998 and opened primarily to cater to the increasing number of riders on the Virginia Creeper Trail.
The Creeper Trail was the engine that actually revitalized the town, and we're still working on that even today. I think we have something like 11 bike shuttle shops. For a town no bigger than we are, we're about 800 people. So I mean, it's really been huge. And not only that, it has changed the town in the fact that people from all over the United States, and in fact all over the world, come here to either hike the trail on the AT or ride the Creeper Trail.
Pretty much the people who do come here are within a close radius. Charlotte, Roanoke, Atlanta, Knoxville, places like that. Although we do get people from all over the world. A lot of people from Germany have been hiking the AT in the last few years due to a documentary that was released in Germany about the trail.
They see what beauty we have right here, being surrounded by national forest and the clean rivers, that they want to move here. And that has changed the town of Damascus a great deal, because we've got people from all over the world with a multitude of backgrounds and professions that have come here and made this their home. So it's really elevated Damascus in that way.
We have the highest volume of riders that come through and the largest capacity of anybody on the Creeper Trail. And in addition, we are on the Appalachian Trail, which is right out here on the sidewalk. And this time of year, those who are attempting to through hike the Appalachian Trail are just about here at this point.
A through hiker is somebody who completes all 2,189 miles in one season. This is the best known trail in our whole country. It's sometimes called America's Trail.
We are starting to see hikers come into the town pretty much all year round. Becoming more and more popular with the influx of media on the trail, Walk in the Woods. The movie Wild, which was actually about the Pacific Crest Trail, I think we've got some of that overflow on this trail as well. So with the increasing popularity of the Appalachian Trail and with the Creeper Trail, those are the two main activities in this community.
Trail days, there are about 25,000 people that come into this little town that is less than 1,000 population. It celebrates the Appalachian Trail, and it is a reunion time for many of the hikers, especially the through hikers.
It's amazing to me, you know, how many people want to come back to Damascus, even though they might have hiked the trail decades ago.
The Appalachian Trail Festival, of course, is the largest hiking festival in the world. There's something for everybody.
Top 15% of the people that manufacture and sell for outdoor goods, backpacking, tents, sleeping bags, whatever, they're here at Trail Days. People come back not just to see what you have to sell, but they're a part of that. You know, we have arts and crafts, gear manufacturing tied to the outdoors. Damascus has not changed over the years in the fact that it's also known as the friendliest town on the trail. When Gene Espy walked through here on his through hike back in 1960, I think 4 or whatever it was, our town chief of police, and I think he was our only police officer, put him up in the jail cell, kind of like Otis on Andy Griffith. He let him have the jail cell to spend the night and not have to stay outside. And not only that, our chief of police owned a restaurant. He fed him, took care of him, and you know, it all started that way. You see hikers coming off the trail, and you know, they don't know where they're going to go, and you know, people reached out to them, and that continues even today. Even with our Trail Days Festival, our churches band together in conjunction with us. They have the Trail Days Ministry. They help bring in doctors and medical supplies and basic health needs. It's a contagious thing when you reach out and share what you have, and are glad to do that. It only grows.
The popularity of the Creeper Trail and the Appalachian Trail Days Festival, I think, are two of the catalysts that helped bring Damascus into the spotlight.
It's a very laid-back energy here, and I liked that. When I had my old home here, I just loved walking into town to the post office, the dollar store, the outfitter store. It's a good life here.
Damascus is a special place for me because I grew up here. My two sons, my wife and I, we raised two sons here, so Damascus is our home as well, and it's always been special to me.
For anyone who's coming here to have a good time, an outdoor experience, or if you're just coming to hang out in a cabin for the weekend, we hope that you're getting what you need and you're having a good time.
We have no red lights. It's a small community. On all three sides we've got national forest. And that's a really good thing for us because it limits growth at least on three sides. And I think that that's what makes Damascus unique, and I think that's why people like to come here. And Damascus is a town, but it's a unique town, but just because of what we've been blessed with. And you know, when you work with nature, instead of trying to change it to suit you, I think if you work with nature, you've got a better product. And that's what we have. We haven't tried to change the mountains, no need to. It's great just the way it is.